South Korea's billionaires are giving away money as fast as they can make it. There are currently 46 billionaires living in the country, and many of them are self-made entrepreneurs who run incredibly profitable tech startups. The 10 richest people in the country are worth more than $60 billion combined, and their wealth is increasing rapidly thanks to gaming, instant messaging and cryptocurrency. Today, we're going to take a look at the richest people in South Korea and show you what they do with their money. We'll also take a look at the sizable charitable donations of South Korea's tech billionaires. Let's get started. South Korea is undergoing a billionaire revolution. The country's new billionaires are self-made tech entrepreneurs who prefer to give to charity rather than hoard wealth. Kakao chairman Brian Kim, who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $10.8 billion, became South Korea's richest person earlier this year, following the meteoric rise of Kakao Corp stock. At the time of producing this video, the company was worth $43.7 billion. 90% of smartphone users in South Korea. Kim's net worth has increased by more than $6 billion so far this year, but he doesn't plan on cashing out and blowing his money. Kim grew up in one of Seoul's poorest neighborhoods and he continues to live frugally. He's the second billionaire in South Korea to sign Warren Buffett's giving pledge, and he plans to give away more than half of his fortune before he dies. South Korea's fourth richest person, Kwon Hyuk-bin, is another tech billionaire with a heart of gold. Hyuk-bin, who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $9 billion, has donated more than $5 million to establish schools in China and Vietnam that teach children about IT and computer science. Kwon Hyuk-bin's network is expected to rise significantly in the years to come as he owns 100% of video game developers Smilegate. The company developed Crossfire, which is the world's most played video game by player count. South Korea's fifth richest person, Kim Young-ju, is another video game tycoon who gives away heaps of money. The Nexon founder, who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $6.8 billion, has donated millions to build children's hospitals all over South Korea through his charitable foundation. He contributed more than $18 million. $9 million Children's Hospital in Daejeon. He has pledged to give more than $93 million children's hospitals, and he says that his children will not inherit any stake in his company. Nexon has even diversified into cryptocurrency and now holds 83% of crypto exchange Corbett. Venture capital investment in South Korea reached $2.7 billion in the first half of 2021. That's the highest amount ever recorded for a 6-month period. South Korea now has 15 privately held unicorn companies worth more than $1 billion each. These highly profitable startups will likely produce many more billionaires. Once the companies go public, not all billionaires in South Korea enjoy stellar reputations. The country is home to a significant number of old money billionaires who inherited massive fortunes thanks to family-owned conglomerates called cables. The heirs of companies like Samsung and Hyundai are still some of South Korea's wealthiest people, but that could soon change as the South Korean government is looking to crack down on these plutocracies. Many billionaires who are part of these wealthy cables have been accused of bribery, tax evasion, accounting fraud and embezzlement. South Korea's second richest person, Samsung chairman J.Y. Lee, who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $10.2 billion, was convicted of bribery and sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. The media dubbed him the Crown Prince of Samsung after he inherited the electronics giant from his father Lee Kun. He, who at the time of his death had a net worth of $21 billion. South Korea's sixth richest person, Hung Ra-hee, is also a part of the wealthy Samsung conglomerate. She's the widow of Lee Kun. He, and at the time of producing this video, she had a net worth of $5.7 billion. South Korea's seventh richest person is another businessman with a sordid past. Former Hyundai chairman, Chung Mung-hoo, who was nicknamed the bulldozer because of his forceful and blunt style, was convicted of embezzlement and later given a presidential parental pardon. The business magnate who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $5.2 billion inherited Hyundai from his father and ran the company for 20 years. There are now more than 45 cables in South Korea, and the 10 largest owned more than 27% of the country's business assets. Billionaires in South Korea live very different lives than billionaires in other countries. Neither the old money tycoons nor the new tech billionaires flaunt their wealth. You won't find any billionaire in South Korea with a massive collection of supercars or a $100 million mega yacht. All of Korea's billionaires, new and old, live under the radar and away from prying eyes. In fact, the most expensive homes in the country are not owned by billionaires at all. It's the K-pop millionaires who are buying up luxury condos in upscale Seoul neighborhoods like Gangnam District and Yongsan District. K-pop superstar IU recently bought an $11.7 million penthouse in Seoul soon to be completed Eternal Kingdom complex. However, it's not even the most expensive apartment in the building. Those penthouses sell for about $26.5 million. BTS members RM and Jimin recently spent $11 million 91 Hanam complex in Yongsan District. The luxury condo complex is one of the most expensive in Seoul and has often been called the Beverly Hills of Korea. It overlooks the Han River and includes a wide variety of luxurious amenities like party rooms, a golf course, a swimming pool and a fancy dining lounge. Residents of the condo complex are even treated to a complimentary breakfast served by hotel chefs. There are plenty of upscale properties outside Seoul too. A stunning mansion was recently sold in Gapyeonggun for an undisclosed price. The palatial property is situated on a private island and features an outdoor swimming pool, rooftop garden and views of the Han River. How's this? Nice. Must have been purchased by a billionaire, but we will never know because South Korea's billionaires keep their lives completely under wraps. While many of South Korea's old money billionaires hoard their wealth, they also have to pay massive tax bills. In fact, South Korea has the second highest inheritance tax rate in the world behind only Japan. The maximum inheritance tax rate in the country is 50%, but it can sometimes rise to 60% if the deceased owned a controlling stake in a company. JY Lee and Hung Ro Lee were hit with a $10.8 billion tax bill after the death of Lee Kun-hee to reduce the tax bill. They donated the estate's $2.2 billion art collection to museums all over South Korea. The impressive collection includes numerous extremely valuable pieces, including Claude Monet's water lilies and Pablo Picasso's portrait of Dora Maar. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that South Korea's third richest man, CEO Young Jin, actually borrowed money from loan sharks to start his business? Young Jin, who at the time of producing this video had a net worth of $9.6 billion, used that borrowed money to co-found Celltrion, which is now one of South Korea's most successful pharmaceutical companies. He even had to put up his organs for collateral. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to this channel for more great videos.